Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Tommy, and tonight I'm joined by Angel and Eric.
And hashtag Sheila. Team Sheila.
Team Paul. Hashtag Team Paul.
Team Paul.
No, to be with Lauren. That's what I'm trying to say. To be with Lauren.
I don't know about that, but we'll talk.
Well, if you haven't figured it out already, we are back talking about Sheila Carter's beginnings on The Young and the Restless. We're still in 1990. We watched 7 more episodes worth of content, which brings us now to November of 1990. So we're just
Ooh.
1990.
Nice.
I'll roll our credits and we'll get into it. Okay, so we picked up where we left off with Sheila having drugged Scott with martinis. And he thinks Lauren's getting into bed, and she plays along and pretends to be Lauren. And one can assume they made love.
And he's like sleeping, and she's like molesting him as he sleeps.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
I mean, I would too.
So
Yeah.
I'm guessing all night long he thought he was snuggling with Lauren, because the minute he wakes up and gets up, she like turns around and like hides her face, and then when he's like, she's like, boom.
I'm telling you, she laid this out perfectly.
And she says that he had 2. I don't think he had 2 though. I think he had like 1 sip, and then he was like, I don't feel
good. Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, we're not used to these martinis." We only had 2.
She's like, that I brought in like my cooler.
Big old 90s cooler.
Yeah, right.
And she's like, she said something along the lines like, I think that may have been like the best night of my life. I was like,
Yes.
She's like, maybe it didn't happen, but it was the best night of my life.
Do we find out more about her? Because she's had to be some. What are we thinking here? She's mid-20s at this point.
Probably, I would say
So
26, maybe.
I don't know, and I guess because Scott seems like a really decent man, like probably one of the most decent men on daytime at this point. Like, well, just because like a lot of people would cheat, and I feel like he was, I don't know, like he's just a really nice guy.
He got Austin Reeded.
He was Austin Reeded.
Austin got Scott. What's his last name? Granger. He got Scott Granger.
Yeah, Granger.
I don't blame Sheila for going after him. I'm like, girl, get him.
Don't condone date rape.
Do not.
I mean, I don't condone date rape. I don't get me wrong, but Lauren doesn't help anything in any of this. So that's why I'm Team Sheila at this point.
Yeah, so Lauren is still all like, we're separated for 30 days, and he told me to explore like how I feel about you to Paul. But Paul is all about that other girl. What's her name?
Cassandra.
And he basically turns Lauren down for this other girl. And she's like, what? You're turning me down? But I love you.
Yeah, she's on Paul's dick hard here. I'm like, get off it, girl.
I might be Team Paul for other reasons.
Yeah, so I feel like some of the clips flowed really well. Like they must have been like the next day kind of situation, and then there was like probably like weeks break, because then I'm like, oh, now we're here.
Yeah, some things kind of. I mean, I felt like most of it was like made sense, but yeah, like there was a little bit of something that happens that must have happened in another episode.
Lauren actually calls him while Sheila's still in bed.
Yeah, she does.
And he's very quick and short with her. Get off the phone. And he's just very apologetic to Sheila for what happened, and she's just like, don't be. She's like, I loved it. It was great.
she's swooning. She's like, this was the best night ever, the best sex. You were great last night.
But she tries to play it cool because she's just like, it's whatever. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. Like, I'm not gonna tell Lauren. Like, it's fine. Like, we're cool. We're friends. We're employees. Like, it's fine.
Like, you can forget it. I'm not going to forget it. Just saying.
Meanwhile, she's saying at him across the hospital, remembering every touch.
Yeah, I even put flash.
Oh, Scotty.
I put flashback sex.
I feel like more in the flashback than we actually saw.
Yeah, right. There was.
So at some point, Lauren and Scott decide to make up because Lauren got turned down by Paul.
Yeah. That's why I'm team Paul.
And I guess at some point, Lauren found out that she was the nurse that he had a birthday drink with.
Mm-hmm.
Because she talks about Sheila in a way as if she knows that.
Yeah, she like seems to be on to Sheila like real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if there was any other thing that happened because like from what we've seen, I don't know how she would know.
It doesn't seem like she knows anything specific. It just feels like she's like she just gets a vibe from Sheila and she's like, I'm not gonna be a girl like around my man.
I guess maybe like Sheila just like looks at him like this when Lauren's around. I don't know.
Yeah, Lauren's not nice. Even though Sheila's being fake nice, like Lauren's not nice.
No. She's like, girl, I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And she's like, what am I trying to do, Lauren? Love it.
But we also get another scene where they're having martinis again. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, wait a minute, Scott.
Because Scott doesn't see a problem with their relationship. He's like, this is my friend. Sure, we had sex one night and we forget about it. Well, he forgets about it. But to him, it's just like his friend. And like you said, she's playing it so coy. Like, she's like, she's like, oh, we'll forget it and we'll be friends and we'll be business. Like all business. That's all. She got him hooked. That's why I said she played it smooth. Like, she got him, basically.
She's a smooth criminal.
She is a smooth criminal for sure.
So I couldn't really see because one, I'm blind, and two, I was watching it on my phone during my commute. But she had a piece of paper, and based off what we see later, I'm assuming it's a pregnancy test result.
Yeah.
It was, yes, it was. I did see that.
Yeah.
Just between what we watch and me kind of knowing.
Mm-hmm.
It said positive.
It did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought at first it was for Lauren. I don't know why I thought it was for Lauren because I know that there is a baby later. So
that's why I feel like we missed something. We must have missed when she had gone to Olivia and gotten a test.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we kind of find that out.
They explained it well enough.
Yeah.
To kind of like figure out what was going on.
That's the thing I feel with Young and the Restless. They've always been a very slow-paced soap where that Young and the Restless is one of those ones you can tune out for like a month and tune back in and know exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
like Days you kind of can't. Like some things you can't anymore, but like Young and the Restless always has been like that to me. That's why I'm always in and out. I tune in, I tune out, tune in. For years, for like 25 years I've been doing that.
So Sheila is now involved in some like projects with Scott.
Research project.
Yeah, what are they researching? Do we know or no?
No, I just know they're through a telescope, not a telescope.
I thought maybe I missed something. I'm like, is there something important I need to know about this?
It's like it's medicine-y things. Yeah. I'm also wondering,
That's science.
Science rules.
Maybe TV disease.
Now, this is just me speculating because I didn't watch it, but I also know a little bit about like the Granger family. Mm-hmm. I know that he's related to Christine or Cricket, as Phyllis likes to call her, the bug.
Oh, really?
The bug.
Yeah, Scott is. They're half brother and sister. I think.
Oh.
Scott's mom died of AIDS, and that was like a big like.
Really?
Can't think of this. Like very special episodes type of thing for soaps, and but it wasn't as big as like say Cindy Parker on All My Children or Robin and Stone on General Hospital. But it was up there. It was like it was like
first. I didn't know anything about Scott Granger. I just figured he was just like this extra person that's around because I didn't know who he was linked to at all from the past. Because I think I watched like early '80s stuff and he wasn't on, so I don't know when he came on. I watched up until like '86.
Late '80s.
Okay, so he must have came like 87, 88.
Yeah, something like that.
How long did he hang around? Do you know?
Can
you repeat that?
92.
Okay. And then I know
did he come back?
I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. I already know. Let's just say
maybe. Right. Yeah, I remember he was on Sunset Beach. Everybody was. There was like a lot of soapers. It was like all of daytime from like a few from every soap came to Sunset Beach and did it. Which was awesome, which is why I do want to run through that one of these days.
I found it funny how Lauren flipped from I want to be with you, Paul, to my marriage is back on track. We're so in love. I'm like, what?
It was like a breakneck speed. I was like, wait, what?
Now you see why I'm Team Sheila. I'm like, get your man, girl. Lauren don't care.
The best for him, for Cassandra, and for
you want the best.
But the best for him. You see, I'm like flip-floppy. I'm not. I'm a politician.
So Lauren.
I was thinking also, remember how we talked about how Lauren was like a bitch, up until still?
Yeah.
And I feel like this might be her storyline that like
humbles her.
Is her comeuppance in a way, like for being a bitch all these years. And like this is what you get, girl. you get tortured.
She gets a slice of humble pie, as they say.
Yes.
Maybe. Because she does go to Bold in 95 or 96.
Which one?
I feel like it's earlier.
Lauren.
Oh, Lauren does?
Well, she makes crossover appearances. She becomes like a regular in like 95 or 96.
I was going to say, Tommy is hardcore into Bold right now, so he would know.
I'm actually about to finish 94, so I'm closing in on it.
He'll let us know soon enough.
In her crossover guest appearances and stuff, but yeah, it's exciting. I'm about to rewatch it with you guys if we're doing Sheila. So
yeah, right. Yeah. Now, are you going to get ahead of yourself with Sheila, or like when you're doing so in Bold, you're in 94. So what if we're doing Sheila and like we get into the 90s and then past that, you're going to be past your point?
I don't think
you know what I'm saying? No. Is there that much of Sheila? She's only on Y&R for like 2 years, I thought.
Yeah, but I'm finishing 94 and she came on in 92. Like there's no
way in Bold.
You're not gonna catch up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but with edits.
Unless I just stop and I just watch it.
Right.
But so Lauren decides she's gonna for Scott's sake and be okay with the fact that him and Sheila have a working relationship. And Scott takes it upon himself to suggest to Sheila that maybe she should look for a different position in that working project. He tells her to think about it, and he goes and has lunch with Lauren. Really a makeout sesh. And Sheila's crying, and that's when she's officially pregnant. Olivia doesn't know about her and Scott. She just thinks that like she made a mistake and slept with somebody and wasn't careful, and here we are.
And so that was how Finn was conceived.
And that's how who?
What's that?
And that's how Finn was conceived.
Finn, yeah.
Is that supposed to be Finn?
No.
Oh. I'm like, wait, I'm so confused.
I That's what I was thinking. Like the entire time, I was like, okay, how does Finn go into like? I know it's a retcon, but still,
it's so confusing because she has so many kids, and like for Finn, or maybe even I don't even know, maybe one of the other ones, like it has to be before this. And I'm like looking at her, and I'm like, the way that she, the way somebody that has kids, is actually like she's acting like she's never really had any kind of sexual encounter with a man.
Right. I would like more history on her. I wonder if we find out anything else. That's what I mean. Like, did she stalk somebody else in the past? Do we find out anything? She did mention to Scott that she had a brother. Does he come around at some point? Like, I don't know.
no, she doesn't mention a sister.
Does she have a sister?
Later.
Okay. Remember, I'm going in this not knowing anything about her past. I know present Sheila only, so I don't know anything from the 90s.
Oh, this is recent history. Like, maybe like 10
years that they rewrote.
That they rewrote. That was a retcon. Yeah, the sister was.
And plus, I also don't know Sheila from Bold before her, not this past experience, but the one before. So when she came back with the whole Katie stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know her 90s Bold. I don't know her early thousands if she was in it. I don't even know if she was in it.
Militia. That was the early 2000s.
Militia was, yes, it was Militia.
What's Militia?
Sugar?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't know about that. Okay.
Nope. Treat me like I'm special because I don't know anything about that stuff. You're breaking up, Tommy. We lost you, I think.
Oh no. We're going to do this without you.
What do I do?
So, Team Paul?
Team Paul?
Hold on. Can you see?
Hi.
Guys, recording. I can edit all this out.
You're breaking up a lot, though.
You're breaking up a lot, yeah.
You're frozen like that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're coming
back.
No. I'm back.
Oh, wait. No, wait.
Do you... I guess I can't sign in. I was going to say, do you want me? But then I don't know how we would record it separate.
Well, I'm almost done, so if I could just make it last
we have I think we have 5 minutes left.
You look fine now. Everything looks fine now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just edit all this out.
Blooper reel.
Yeah, blooper reel.
Me
and Angel are good with the bloopers.
So Olivia inadvertently breaks HIPAA laws, even though HIPAA wasn't a thing yet. And,
no, she called it privacy laws. She called it privacy. So
thanks, Angel, for letting me know that HIPAA wasn't around yet back on Portugal.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, wasn't around. Yeah, because at the hospital I work at, like we used to have to. The patient names would be on the doors, and we would be like, "Hi, Mister Whoever." Yeah, so and we'd have to check the patient menu with the name. So yeah, wasn't a thing. Yeah.
She ends up telling Scott that Sheila probably needs this job because she's pregnant and she needs to focus on work. And here I am thinking Scott's gonna freak out, think this is his baby. It doesn't even cross his mind that this could be his baby. He thinks that Sheila's just out there fucking everybody. What?
I thought it did.
Doesn't even say, could this be mine? Doesn't even cross his mind.
Yeah, I thought he did. I thought he did think that, and that's why he was keeping her around, because I thought the look on his face when she said it, he was shocked.
Yeah, I did too. The look on his face, I was like, oh, is he gonna say freak out? And then I thought the first thing he was gonna ask her was, is this my child? Nope, didn't even. Oblivious.
I think that's why he wanted her to stay, though. He's rethink things and I think he does kind of think it's his. But I could be wrong. I don't. I think I don't see why he wouldn't think that. I mean, they did bang. I don't know the time frame from when it happened, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like he's way too calm for somebody that might be having a baby with somebody that's not his wife.
I think it's just too early to tell. Like he doesn't know yet, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
So he's probably, but that's why he wants to keep her around. Like, we'll see if this is my baby because he might want to have it. That's why that's why, like Sheila played this all. Like she played Olivia. She made this all happen. You know, like this. That's why I'm like impressed by her. I'm like,
Did she play Olivia though? Because I feel like she was crying in private, and Olivia happened upon her.
yeah, but she used Olivia.
Yeah, that is true.
When you see it,
She took advantage of the situation.
and she did exactly how she got Scott. That's what she was doing. Like she was playing. She's like, okay, and then she knew Olivia would tell him,
Yeah.
and she's playing it like you said, like she's very like, oh well, I'll go. Yeah, I'll get another job. I'll do this. She's doing all of that reverse psychology,
right,
to get him. She's smart. She's very smart. Lauren was very right about her. Be afraid, Lauren. Be very afraid.
Very afraid.
Lauren doesn't get along with women, and in this case, she's right to not get along with her.
Team Sheila.
I hope that we get to see when Lauren finds out that Sheila's pregnant. Like, I hope we don't miss it. Because that has to be epic.
I would hope so.
Oh, that's be good.
I'm hoping it holds out to like February sweeps, like because this is like November. You said
because that's when we have so that's fine.
Oh, good. Hopefully.
Wait, what did you say?
I said that'll be perfect because that's when like the consistent episodes start. So
February of '91, right? Would that be
February '91? Yeah. So while this conversation between Sheila and Scott is going on, Lauren's in like bliss that her marriage is so perfect and on track again, and mentions maybe even having a baby with Scott. I'm like, Lindsay, no, somebody else is about to have a baby.
Yep, my girl.
Gets pregnant, one of those babies cannot survive. Or if they do, they gotta get switched.
Yeah, the old baby
don't
switch.
Survive, one of them gotta get switched.
Right.
And maybe get a birthmark removed.
I see in my crystal ball a birthmark.
But did I forget anything?
I did have what was it? Oh, Sheila finds out that Scott and Lauren reunited and that he's moving home. I don't know how she finds this information out. Like, does she have the place bugged? She's like, oh, I heard you're moving home. How'd she know?
Wait, the nurses were gossiping. Like, talking? Yeah, were the nurses gossiping?
Oh, the nurses gossiping.
Yeah.
And she wishes them the best, and then they show her like her little heart's broken. She's like, oh. Now what?
I'll just whip out this piece of paper that says that I'm pregnant.
Yeah. Let me see.
Credits, because I did leave the opening credits in the edit for you guys.
Yes.
It was totally unnecessary for Don Diamond to be taking off his shirt in the credits.
Oh yeah, I did.
Totally necessary. We did get Brad in the cage for a reason.
Those credits.
I saw clips of that Brad in the cage.
Yes, I love Brad in the cage.
Those credits are like everything. Like I'm like it's so fun. They're just like the wind blowing at them, and like he's like rips off his shirt.
Maybe because my dear Ashley.
What are those romance novels like Fabio? I forget what they're called, like Harlequin romance.
Harlequin.
Reminded me of something like that.
Oh God! Then you have
we must mention our "As the World Turns" commercial that we had in this. We had a new Lily that I didn't know.
Heather Rattray.
What's her name?
Heather Rattray.
Rattray?
I think it's Rattray.
So she didn't look familiar either.
Rattray, but it could be Rattray or something like that. I don't know what it is. I never heard it. I never heard the name said out loud. I just know it's Heather something.
I wonder where she came from. And then what else?
was a quick
I
like.
think that. Oh.
I was just like, oh, slipped in there.
Oh, and the character in As the World Turns, it was Holden Lilly and Holden's wife at the time, Angel. No relation. I didn't marry Holden, although I want to.
Ew. He's a
Okay,
shithead.
I'm going by, when I watched in the 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah, when they
Where
melted
I'm
the
at.
character a lot.
Where I'm at, he's like
I can't say it.
he's like an obsessed jerk that I don't like.
Yeah.
Team Dusty.
Like,
Anyway, we're off track.
Yeah, we're off topic.
But there was a commercial. Tommy's like, I'll never include in a commercial again for As the World Turns.
It was an accident. I must have. It slipped in when because I don't watch these when I'm editing. I just skim through it till I see these commercials and I try to cut it out.
It already. I will be posting it on Twitter.
When I was watching something recently, it might have been or As the World Turns, there was a commercial for Bold and the Beautiful premiering.
Yes,
Did you catch
the 1987 premiere.
I was like, wow. I'm hoping to see that for the Gates. So some previews.
They had like the announcement during the credits where they said, "Tune in on Monday where As the World Turns, we'll be moving an hour earlier." I'm like, oh, it's kind
For Bold and the Beautiful.
No, it's an hour later. I think because it's 2:00 Eastern on my end. So
I was trying to see like when those nurses were talking. I was trying to see if they were anybody, but I didn't notice if they were. I'm like,
I didn't notice anything.
I had debated.
You never know.
I think I had debated leaving that scene in because I'm like, who are these people? Are they even going to be with Sheila? And then I saw it like panned, so I was like, this feels important, so I'm going to leave it in.
Yeah, it's fun though. We didn't see too many characters. I guess there's not that many characters involved in this storyline.
No,
she's kind of isolated in their own little world.
Yeah.
I
would like to. Oh, sorry.
There were things that I left out that Scott is in because I feel like Scott is kind of like oblivious. I feel like Lauren and Sheila are the more core characters to the story.
Mm-hmm.
But so he just kind of happens to be in there because they're the ones that he interacts with. But I did see side things like he went to Cricket and Danny's wedding. That was like,
oh, okay.
So Scott was doing other things, but it had no impact on the story at all, really.
Right.
No, which I do like Cricket and Danny together.
those are always like, I guess, catching up other people's storylines. I always feel like he'll be like, oh, he feels like in somebody at the wedding, like what's going on with his storyline, and then like, oh, go back to it.
Right.
And also, like, remember, Cricket and Scott are siblings, so that's why he was at the wedding.
That makes sense now that I know that.
Yeah.
Because I was just kind of like fast forwarding through it, and I was like, oh, well, that's not important.
What was well, I guess we can't talk about it, but like I want to know what Jeannie Cooper's storyline was in 1990.
Probably the Marge storyline.
Oh, really? I thought that was the 80s.
It's funny that you say that.
I think it's probably the tail end of it, right?
I don't know what the storyline is, but it's funny that you bring that up. But because the actor that plays Alex Marshall on Days is now on YNR at this time playing Black.
Yeah.
I'm laughing and I'm like, oh, there's Alex Marshall.
That's when in the opening credits. Oh, when they updated the opening credits where he puts the necklace on Kay.
I'll have to keep an eye on that so I can slip it in.
Yes.
I know, it's so funny. Like I like watching this stuff, but I'm like, I want to see some of the other characters.
Yes.
But anything else to add before we wrap this up?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another edition of Sheila Carter's Beginnings. We have one more batch of spotty clips to watch, and then we will be in our full consistent storyline, which will be 1991. As always, you can find us on all the socials at Queers and Soaps. And until next time, have a great night.
Bye.